Huh? Huh?
Hey now, and welcome to the KC Toy Reviews. We are here today with Terrifier's 1/6 scale Art The Clown figure by Trick or Treat Studios. Now this is the clean version. If you are aware, there is another version out there, a bloodied up version that they classify as the quote-unquote selfie murder version. I do have a comparison video up now if that's something you're interested in seeing the difference between the two. However, we're going to focus on the one in front of us. So as always, let's go ahead and dive right in. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know that I'm not the biggest fan of Trick or Treat Studios. Quality-wise, they are very subpar. I know some people in the group saying, oh, they knocked it out of the park, they killed it. You know, the fact of the matter is they didn't knock it out of the park. They didn't kill it. They did a really, really good job. However, there are some drawbacks to this figure. Again, if you've seen the other video, there were some drawbacks to the quote-unquote selfie murder version. So again, similar drawbacks to this guy. However, because it didn't have that crappy printed blood suit stain on him, this one didn't pop out immediately as a piece of crap to me as the other one did. So I guess some of the things that immediately came to mind on this guy were, and I know this is going to sound really stupid because it's probably obviously 3D printed, but the head sculpt was so fresh off the plate, freaking 3D printed, that I was really shocked. It's polished to an extent, it has some good detail. However, it just really has that plasticky look to it. Now, I know I mentioned on another video too, and somebody said, oh, it's part of the suit here, but you can see this, let's see if you see here, yeah, ridiculous seam. It's like a plus almost. To me, it's clearly how the head was jointed together. I highly doubt that Art the Terrifier had a hooded, you know, mask that was sewn together in 4 parts. It doesn't really make any sense to me. So I just think the way that the head sculpt was jointed together was very poorly executed. Again, the head sculpt is pretty creepy. You have some blood to the mouth, to the face, some decent detail to it. I think it still is a terrifying look to him, no pun intended. However, again, it just has this really subpar look to him. I know that this was still a human face and painted. It wasn't a mask. This clearly looks almost like a plastic mask versus a human face and painted. So, Trick or Treat Studios, they can definitely kick it up in the quality department. I don't know if they're trying to balance out price, but most of the people that collect out there, we would pay another $20, $30, maybe even $50 if you could increase the quality on your 1/6 scale figures. You know, a couple other minor drawbacks. See if I can do it with the Harry Potter wand here. Yeah, this thing just like wobbles in his hand. It was very difficult to get the saw to stay in hand properly. So again, quality-wise, a little disappointed. I'm not probably going to, you might be able to see it on camera if I turn it a little bit there. You can kind of see a little string if you see on his hand there hanging off. So tailoring wise even, it's just, you know, kind of subpar. I really fear even these balls would fall off eventually. It's kind of funny. His balls are going to fall off eventually. Completely inappropriate and laugh at my own stupid jokes. But yeah, the suit here, I think I mentioned last time, the best way to describe the suit is like a parachute quality. You know, the parachute when you were a kid that you would, you know, line 5 or 10 people around and put it up and down. It just looks like that parachute quality to me. I'm not sure that exactly would be the quality of the suit from the guy in the movie. I would think that it would be a little bit different. I'm thinking that they went this route purely for cost reasons. And again, you have this really kind of subpar tailoring around here. The reason being is I would think this would be a little bit tighter. You really have to pull it up to cover kind of these big joints here. I had to really yank that up to cover that as far as grabbing some pictures and stuff there. But for the rest of the video, just so you know, this does have exposed joints and stuff obviously underneath. While on the subject, underneath the quality of the body, I think I have a video up now. It's called like matte improved version something. If somebody wants to go check that out, that's basically the body that's underneath here. I call it the Amazon 1/6 body. Probably run you about 18 to 20 bucks. So cost wise for these guys, we got to assume they're getting it for about 10 bucks, if not less. It already is a little bit jiggly at points. If I just picked them up and, you know, kind of squiggled them around, or however we want to call that, wiggled them around, you'd see his arms kind of falling back and forth. Now, I bring up a 1/6 scale body type all the time called the World Box. Very firm. All the joints are kind of in place and very stiff and stuff. Sturdy, heavy type body. You could possibly easily swap this out with a World Box body. Maybe I'll even try it and try to throw up a video to see if it worked or not, to kind of improve the joints and stuff underneath. But for now, it works, I guess. All right, now we're going to pick on Trick or Treat Studios one more time, because sure, you have the quote-unquote selfie murder version with the printed bloodstain. It didn't have some more clever way to get that bloodstain painted on or to look more 3D, authentic, and real. But on this guy, you do have some bloodstains, as you can see, on his wrist here and on his hand here and a little bit on his face. Interestingly enough, we have no blood stain on the suit here, on the suit here. A little bit of weathering. You can't see it. I'm tapping his feet down there. A little bit of weathering on the boots and stuff, but how did he get blood on here or a little bit on his face, but none got on his suit? This whole suit is pristine. Again, yes, we got the selfie murder version with some blood on it. However, it doesn't make sense that this suit doesn't have any weathering. I've seen somebody on the group add some weathering, and the best way that I would describe it is kind of the Pennywise weathering, a dusted kind of look to it, and it looks fantastic and 10 times better. Very shocked that we get this pristine suit on a guy that's clearly been murdering a ton of people and doing horrible things. He's hanging out in alleyways, broken down factories, torturing people, yet somehow his suit stayed pristine. Doesn't make any sense, Trick or Treat Studios. Lazy, completely lazy, and that's the reason why they went that route, is they wanted to charge us for the selfie murder version with a printed blood stain on it, which, you know, in retrospect, thinking about it, it's probably just because as they print these things, one of them they're just putting a little blood on and not an artistic, physical person picking it up and painting this and giving us a genuine 3D, authentic blood look. No, you're giving us the stuff that's printed. And again, the hands, it looks cool. I really think they did a good job with the hands and a little bit of the blood in the teeth, but man, it makes no sense that we have no weathering in the suit here. It just makes no sense at all. You know, there we have it. A couple more things that we'll point out in the way of accessories. You have the saw that stays quote-unquote in hand, very wiggly. You have the little scalpel hand piece. Now the scalpel is already kind of in here, so you don't need to hold that one in. It's not a little accessory. It is just built right into the hand. So you have this, and then just one extra hand piece. Oh, I dropped it. Yeah, one extra handpiece. And that's it. The saw in hand and those two little hands. What you see is what you get. However, let me stress that the stand does not come with the figure. A rant that I go on every time. What 1/6 scale company is going to give us a figure without a stand? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't know if we're in the caveman stone ages, but nowadays the value of these things, the longevity, how long we plan on keeping them on our shelves, give us a goddamn stand. The stand that you see there was a free promo, I believe, on the site when I purchased the selfie murder version directly from Trick or Treat Studios. So just to note, you can buy the stand directly from their website. However, it doesn't come with a figure, so ridiculous for the price. They couldn't throw in a $5 stand, or they probably paid $2, $3 for that stand. I bet. Maybe $4. Now, take a look at the back here, too. We have this gigantic zipper, and not to keep harping on this guy, but, you know, Do zippers, if we're going to look at real scale, are they that big? The answer's no. So a little bit of proportions. I know on the Michael Myers figures, all the proportions were way off on the pockets. You could fit literally like a laptop in the pockets of Michael Myers. They're gigantic pockets, just ridiculous proportions. But again, we're here talking about art. It's a decent figure. I know I bust on these guys quite a bit because the quality is always just piece of crap-ish, but I still am a big horror fan. I'm still going to display it in my collection. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep both of them. Maybe I'll offload one of them. Maybe I'll put them side by side. Again, I have another comparison video up. It's a brief video just to show the difference between the two. Not sure even if this video I'm going to suggest one over the other. But, as always, let's start to wrap this up into a review and slap a score on this guy. Art the Clown, Trick or Treat Studios. I don't know if this is worse. I'm pretty sure this is worse than the Selfie Murder version. But what comes to mind is a 5.7 out of 10. I don't know if I could rightfully, as a supporter of this community and somebody that's trying to give people honest reviews of these things, give it anything higher, because the truth is it needs a better body. It needs some dust into the suit or weathering, whatever you want to call it. The head sculpt has some major issues. Does it have shelf presence? Sure. Is it decent for $130? I mean, maybe. You know, that's up to you in the end, because I've probably shown you enough for you to give you your own opinion. And in the end, what you think it really is all that matters. What I say, who cares? I'm just trying to show you what I think and what is in front of me versus all those other BS reviews that are out there. But Art the Clown, 5.7 out of 10. KC Studios. Trick or Treat Studios. Both of us are studios. Signing off.
Huh?